University of Padua was established in 1222, so we celebrated just the last year 800 years from its foundation. University of Padua is founded on research. We are proud of it, but in the same time, it's like a challenge because we have to maintain this tradition. Galileo Galilei was teaching here at our university, but was also the first researcher. I'm a professor. But secondly, I'm also vice rector for innovation and relations with industry. The language of innovation sometimes is completely different from the language of research. My role is to try to translate research into innovation. I think that innovation is both a process and an intuition. Innovation is not only invention. It's a process which starts from the intuition, but has to become a new business model, a new product, a new process. So you start from creativity, first of all. And creativity means contamination among different disciplines.
I also think, following on what you said, that innovation today cannot really be created by just being a specialist of one particular field. Maybe back 40, 50 years ago, if you had great mechanical skills, you can create great products at the front end of the technology. But today, you have to combine mechanical robustness and performances with digital user interfaces, with electronics controls and sensors. And probably you have also to make them work together in a way that can be easily understood by customers and users. For sure, it requires multiple skills, and you cannot have one single person that can carry out really true invention purely by himself or herself.
For me, innovation is also to cultivate ignorance. If you know so much about a topic, you can't be able to do real innovation. This is the reason why I say that we need a contamination. So maybe the most important innovation comes from not expert people. Yes. For this process, you needed to involve all the people in your company.
Yep.
Not only engineers, but also the marketing people, the CEOs, and so on. It's a full process of all the company. You must learn for everywhere and everything and everyone.
Innovation can come from everywhere, from a university, from just in the street, from people outside of the company, from consultants, doesn't matter.
I don't have a crystal ball to see what will be the future. But what I can say is that we will not able to stop innovation.
Yep. Absolutely. If you look at the last 30 years, from a technological perspective, there has been, I would say, almost no real disruption. The internet was invented 40 years ago today. It was not invented 10 years ago with social media, but just social media leverage on the technology that was invented 40 years ago and made it super popular. So I think that we are in that part of the internet revolution, in which internet moves from just being a part of our life to permeating all the objects that are in our life, and transforming their value and how they can be used in a way that frees our time.
Do you remember the good old times? When we had time to do everything. And we had everything within reach. When a wire kept people connected. And even in the kitchen, habits were different. Then we moved forward. We sensed that progress is what makes our daily routine simpler and more practical, what allows us to overcome our limitations. So we have understood that technology is a tool that can improve our work. And we haven't stopped since. We've learned to take life lightly, confident that we held the future in our hands and that we could change everything with a single touch. To the point of shaping what before we could only imagine. We have learned to give value to time. simplifying the way we perform each of our actions.
HEY.Unox, preheated to 220 degrees.
Okay, preheat to 220 degrees.
For years, we have accompanied the present with our technology. Today, we design the future.
We are in Unox Innovation Hub. 8,000 square meters that will be exclusively dedicated to scientific research. Today, I have the honor to present CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X, the most extraordinary proof of our technological supremacy. A new family of combi ovens that set the new standard in terms of both performance and user-machine interface. More than 50 engineers, physicists, software designers, product designers and chefs worked together for 3 years with the aim of creating the best combi ovens ever. Their digital ID user interface is inspired by our smartphones, the most advanced devices we interact with every day and also the ones which define our expectations in terms of user experience. It is fast, intuitive and customizable with hyper-connection functions enhanced by artificial intelligence. The digital ID user interface can be equipped with optic cooking. It uses neural network algorithms based on artificial intelligence that allow the camera to automatically recognize the food to be cooked and start the right program, making your work faster and more reliable while removing the burden of those repetitive tasks that technology can and should do for you. We also use artificial intelligence to allow you to control the oven even when your hands are busy. With HEY.Unox, you can control and interact with CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X with your voice. HEY.Unox, start the roast chicken program.
Okay, I'm launching the roasted chicken program.
Cooking is art, where the sensitivity of the chef is a key ingredient for the perfect success of a dish. Same for the cooking process. Different chefs may give different interpretations to the expression well cooked or crispy on the outside and soft in the inside. With individual CHEF.Unox, thanks to feedback, CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X progressively adjust the cooking parameters so as to meet the cooking result that the chef has in mind, learning how to follow the process faster and exactly as you expect. Practically the perfect assistant everyone wants. We designed the new CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X ovens with the goal of minimizing their environmental impact, both during production and especially when in use. We have further improved the insulation technology to further limit heat loss and thus make CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X the most efficient equipment in your kitchen. Through these improvements, we expect to reduce oven consumption by up to 15% under typical real-life conditions. Every detail of the CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X have been designed to make them the best combi ovens ever.
What has been our greatest achievement? In the first restaurant that we had, it was still called Fallow, but it was a smaller version. But I remember when we did our first sale, the guy came in and he ordered something on it and he paid with a £20 note. And I always remember it because it was just us two there. Oh, you're our first customer. And he bought something for like, I don't know, £3 or whatever, and he gave us the 20. He's like, here you go, keep it. And then we stuck it on the wall. We came out of stable jobs, and every time I used to look at it, I used to be like, we did it. You know, like we left the mainstream, we branched out on our own, started our own business. think having a goal as well is a fundamental basic that I think everyone should try and set themselves. If you're at the top of your profession, or if you are the boss, or if you're the director, or if you're the head chef, there's not always going to be someone telling you, yeah, you're doing a good job. So if you set yourself those goals, you have something to measure your efforts with.
You can consider yourself the best in the world or that you're doing fine, but there is always the room to get better, and that's where you can either challenge yourself or have somebody challenging yourself.
For us, a really good example that I think running a sustainable business is difficult, but then as soon as you really challenge yourself, you work it out, and you work a different way out. And
I think the constraint is the mentality.
Yeah.
Like, how on earth are we going to design a menu? And why have we done a sustainable restaurant? We're so restricted in what we can do. And then the constraints started to go. We got the mentality into our head. We knew we could do it. We know the fine dining. We know the techniques. Why don't we just apply that to the things that nobody else wants to use? And that's where it started off. It started off as ingredients that are overlooked by everyone else.
When we developed the concept of sustainability in our restaurant, it was mainly about using just stuff that, just material that we had that was around, that was going into the bin. Waste products, you would call it, but in Asia, it's the best cut. So most chefs go to their suppliers and they say, what's best right now? What is the best produce you can give me? And what we're often doing is going to the suppliers and saying, what do you have excess? What do you routinely find that you have spare? But also, we're always looking at things that we can do to improve the food that we're putting out by using different technical advances. We did not have a lot of good equipment when we first started, but we have slowly invested. When you do it like that, you have a great appreciation for how these technological advances, how profound the impact that they have on the kitchen.
Without technological advancement, our machines would be as much polluting as they were 50 years ago. And today, at our rhythm of consumption as a society, without technology, we would be absolutely killing the planet in years. We need to invent technology that makes restaurants more sustainable. There is no possibility of change without technological improvements.
Improving the performance of an already excellent product range is not easy feat. At Unox, we have set ourselves an even more ambitious goal: to invent even more high-performance ovens capable of perfectly governing the physical and chemical processes underlying cooking in order to use water and energy even more efficiently. And we succeeded. We have significantly enhanced the ventilation of the CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X ovens by increasing the number of fans in the chamber, and though the air tornado function by increasing their rotation speed to 3,600 RPM. This allows us to reduce cooking times by up to 15% compared to CHEFTOP and BAKERTOP MindMaps combi ovens. The adoption of vertical heating elements for electric ovens and vertical heat exchangers for gas ovens guarantees perfect symmetry in heat production and thus maximum cooking uniformity under all load conditions. Even the ability to produce and extract steam has been enhanced. With Steam Boost, you can go from 0% humidity in the baking chamber to 100% in seconds. With Dry Maxi, you can go from 100% steam to 0% in even less time. All these innovations make the CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X the benchmark oven in terms of cooking performance. At Unox, we have succeeded in combining higher performance with lower environmental impact. To reduce energy consumption and CO2 emissions, Smart Energy constantly monitors the actual load conditions and the times when even a few watts can be saved, automatically activating the energy saving mode when possible. In addition, Smart Energy can understand when the oven is running at idle and activate the Smart Standby function that reduces the cooking chamber temperature and fan speed to eliminate energy waste. Finally, the CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X ovens provide customized suggestions at the end of each cooking process to reduce consumption. The automatic washing system has been revolutionized. Pressure clean technology with recirculation pump increases washing efficiency without increasing water and detergent consumption. The loading of that and rinse detergent is done with an integrated tank and ensures there is no solid detergent residue in the cooking chamber, eliminating the risk of contact with hazardous substances. The steel of the cooking chamber is the same as that used in the production of ship hulls, able to withstand the most aggressive corrosive agents. Combined with the integrated Unox Arrow Care filter, this makes it possible to avoid the use of expensive reverse osmosis system, even in case of very hard water. In the case of water with a low limescale content, it is sufficient to replace the Unox Care filter once a year and use the automatic chamber descaling cycle in combination with Unox decal. Finally, when the oven is not very dirty, the retractable hand shower facilitates rinsing between cooking with maximum ergonomics. Maximum cooking and washing performance and minimum environmental impact make the new CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X the new benchmark for discerning planet-conscious chefs.
The idea behind to do like a European menu with the Indian ingredient, that's something which not the world is doing, which is something is need of the hour. So by using local ingredient, it also helps reducing the carbon footprint. That's more sustainable. I started working in my mother's kitchen because my mother is a great cook, exceptional cook. So I've learned basics from her. And then I started working with different chefs in different restaurants in different parts of the world. Connection is important, but in my opinion, you need to use connectivity in a very positive way, where you should use the technology to understand what is happening in the world.
Connectivity has changed the food service industry by eliminating boundaries. And I cannot think that this would have been possible without social media and connectivity, because the access to information about a French patissier or an Italian chef, it's available online, and so basically that's spreading culture. And then if you want to do something yourself in your restaurant, in your house, you can find the know-how just by clicking on a button.
Now, somebody sitting back in India or New Delhi, they can immediately talk to a chef in France, and they can immediately know what exactly they want to cook, how they need to cook. So yeah, that is bring a massive change in the whole culture of cooking and developing the businesses out of it.
In a way, internet takes out these limitations, but at the same time, it forced everybody, our customers, ourselves as businesses, but also as ourselves as professionals, to always be at a top notch of our capabilities.
But if you talk about the machine in the kitchen, like, you know, that the smart technology, what the machine is giving is making our life very easy and simple. Like that days are gone where you are actually putting your head onto your chefs that what exactly need to be cooked, how it need to be cooked. Now with the press of a button, you can tell them exactly that has been, you know, the recipe is there. You just need to press a button and it's done.
We would not be happy to wait 1 second in between the moment in which we push the button and the moment in which it happens. But if you go back 20 years, that would have been absolutely acceptable. What has changed our expectation is the smartphone.
Creating technologically superior products means harmoniously combining physical and digital features, so you can unlock their full potential. This is why we designed the Digital ID interface. You can make video calls with us directly from the control panel of your oven. We are just a call away. We will help you to get the most out of your new CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X. With digital training, Unox offers you a full training experience through the Digital ID control panel, showing you how to activate the cooking functions, navigate the menus, set up the oven, and many other useful tips. If later you need targeted advice on specific preparations or recipes, you can easily book a cooking concierge section. Unox corporate chefs will support you and give you tips to help you improve your cooking processes. Cutting-edge technology deserves real-time service. With Digital ID, our technical support becomes even more effective. Our technicians can communicate with you directly through the oven's control panel, seeing exactly what you see in real time and guiding you during troubleshooting. Our technical support is so effective and efficient that we give you the opportunity to further extend our optional long life warranty to 5 years or 12,500 operating hours. We digitalized our services, harnessing the benefits of hyperconnectivity. As a result, we can offer you an improved customer service while reducing our environmental impact. CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X are simple to use thanks to their intuitive interface. Setting cooking programs has never been so easy. With manual mode, you can set each cooking parameter. With preset programs, you simply choose the duration and cooking mode of each cooking step. With Chef Unox, you simply choose the type of product to be cooked and the desired result. Finally, with multi-time, you can easily cook multiple food items at the same time. All this technology can be controlled through the Digital ID app. Once installed on your smartphone, the app faithfully replicates every function of the control panel. Without any doubt, Digital ID is the ultimate expression of user-friendly digital technology, designed for food service professionals.
Say, "Hey, Unox," to the new CHEFTOP-X and BAKERTOP-X. The ultimate expression of Unox's technological superiority. Our sales manager will be available to answer all your questions in 3, 2, 1.